Hello and welcome to the ninth session of our Tales and Things series. We are into the Things from the Flood section of it. And at this point, I would hold up a copy of the book, but no, it has still not arrived. Canada had theirs of like 2 months ago. On the Kickstarter thing, none of the US backers have it, even though they keep saying it's been sent out. So there we go. The last couple of Free League Kickstarters have been a little problematic in terms of delivery. Anyway, this is Things from the Flood, which is a game of teens. It's kind of a sequel to Tales from the Loop. It's by Free League Publishing. And we are kind of deeper into this. I want to mention again that we use safety tools, especially in light of some things that happened this weekend at the UK Expo with a Tales from the Flood session that apparently the GM wanted to do shock value and did, and had no safety tools and had no warnings, and apparently was an edgelord in the mode of Desborough and company. There's a whole Twitter thing about it. So I just mentioned that we use the X card for safety tool. I think it's really important. All my players are familiar with that, especially because we're doing with teens. That's something that we have to have on the table. So that is out there. Did anybody get enough XP that they wanted to buy a new skill, or is everybody kind of sitting on it? Sherry?
I think I bought something up. I think I bought Tinker up because you kept making me use it over and over again. So,
okay. So
I assume it'll never happen again.
You'll never roll Tinker again.
Exactly.
Absolutely. That's how this works. Darren?
I took a skill advancement. I don't know what it is though.
Okay.
So something is higher.
All right. Holly, looks like you've still just got 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Justin, you have 4.
Yep. And
yes.
Can you remind us what the XP points at the end of Flood are, as opposed to Tales from the Loop?
Oh, absolutely. Hang on 1 second. Let me grab that.
I just like to know what the game thinks I should be playing like.
Here's what the game thinks you should be doing. It's wrong. Can I open that up? And let's get to the page where I think that is. Of course, I have to go to the PDF to look this up.
Oh, why is that?
Oh, that's because I don't have the hard copy.
Oh, gosh, that's right. That would be so much more convenient.
Yes. Did you participate in the session? That's a point. Did your problem or your relationships cause you trouble? Were you broken and forced to take a scar? Meaning, had you marked all your conditions, forced to take a scar? Did you put yourself in harm's way to resolve the mystery? And did you learn something new?
Cool. Thank you.
I'm not sure I dig that broken and take a scar thing. That implies some things about the game, of what the game expects, that I'm not entirely down with. But it does bring me back to a point. So a couple of our characters have conditions that they have marked. Buzz has saddened and confused. Darlene has frustrated marked. There are 2 ways to clear conditions in this game. One is going and spending time with your anchor and doing a scene that way. And the other is the leadership skill. Someone else can kind of do a comfort and support to help you if they recognize that you're in that state or condition. So those are the 2 ways to clear things out. Now, where we are. So last session, there was some forward movement, realizing that Dr. Herzl was back, and that some things had gone on. There were investigations in various directions. Some people more reluctant about joining in on the mystery than others. A lot of push and pulls going in different directions. But things were discovered. The park ranger was met and clearly tried to snatch Buzz. Nicole is missing. Buzz also found some strange plants that he took a little bit of a sample from, and the group was getting ready because this evening is the janitor Jeffrey's funeral. That's in a few hours. But where we take up right now is with the four of you having met at the back of the diner downtown. And it's probably one of those retro diners. It is like setting itself up to look like an old school, like 50s diner, but it's run by a Russian couple. So everything there is a mixture of fries, and then also they had borscht on the menu and that kind of thing. So the smell is unusual, kind of like hamburgers and cabbage in here. And as you are sitting at the back of this place, probably where at least one of the old arcade machines is running through, and you're hearing that on repeat, you have seen Dr. Herzl come in. You've seen the park ranger come in, and then you also saw Holly's dad come in, and they have sat themselves at a table towards the front. And that is, in fact, where we left off last time. Now, my question is, do we cut to the scene such that they are getting up to leave, or is there a confrontation, or what? Or do you want to like try and get out the back so you don't get spotted? Because I imagine that now the shot is of the four of you more conspiratorially talking at this point.
Yeah, and I think when Polly's dad walked in, like she said, like "Dad," but she has not gotten up or said anything to him. Just
Absolutely.
kind of like staring at him and trying to figure out what he's doing here and how suspicious. And
yeah, so Holly looks a little shocked. Now, have the others met your dad?
Nicole has, I think.
Okay. Do you think
Darlene?
Darlene? So Darlene probably knows who your dad is. Okay. So Darlene, yeah, you look and you see Dr. Herzl, and you see Holly's dad.
And I think she looks at Holly and she goes, "Okay, I think it'd be best if we got out of here."
And that's when Holly like stands up to go over and see what he's doing here.
Justin, Buzz, what's your take on this?
I think I'm like desperately trying to grab at Holly's sleeve and stop her, but I'm okay with you just like pulling away and going if you want to go confront him.
What is your reaction to Justin like actually reaching out and touching you and trying to stop you?
I think it's sort of like, wait, she's right there.
And then go.
Buzz?
I think Buzz is just like, "Oh, that's definitely who I saw in the cornfields."
Okay.
Darlene.
And I think Darlene is like checking out how we can get out through the back. I mean, we can go around the counter.
Yeah, there's definitely you could easily go there. The bathrooms are by sort of the back way. If you wanted to get out, you could get out without having to go through the front.
Okay. I'm like,
But that would mean leaving Holly.
yeah, I don't think that she's going to leave Holly right away. She's just going to get us positioned so we can exit quickly. She's like, okay. And she sort of gets up and she's like behind Holly. When Holly starts to walk forward, she cuts across to behind the counters on the back over there and sort of gestures to you guys.
Buzz, Justin, are you following to kind of get into position to kind of stay out of sight and get out of here if need be?
Yeah, I think like overly dramatically.
A sweep of your cape. Okay. Buzz?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm following Darlene.
Then Holly, the others are out of the line of sight of the table, and you can walk up. I mean, do you just kind of loom, or do you call out to your dad before you get too close?
No, because I don't even know what I actually want to say to him. So I think I loom
And
to a stop like beside him at the booth that they're at.
And there's this moment where you see Dr. Herzl kind of looks up and she smirks at you. And the guy who's sitting next to her, the park ranger guy, his hands definitely go from above the counter, the table, down under the counter. And your dad kind of notes that there's been a change in the thing at the table, and you see him look up, and like all the cuddler drains out of his face. Holly.
Dad.
Hey, these are a couple of people that I've worked with doing some contracting.
Uh-huh.
And Dr. Herzl goes, "Oh, I think I've met your daughter before." And your dad goes, So what's up, sweetie?"
I need you over there.
And Dr. Herzl goes, "Yeah, Jim, you should go talk to your daughter." And he's like weirded out by this exchange, but he kind of slides out and walks over to like, what do you need? Do you need some money or something? What's up?
No.
And he keeps kind of looking back like he's clearly, there's something about this that he does not want you to know that he is associating with them, kind of thing.
That woman. Who is she?
She's a doctor.
Or who do you think she is?
She's a doctor. She does some stuff, and I do some contracting help with her, fixing things, electronics, that kind of thing. He is lying through his teeth.
Somebody. This girl I used to know. Are you sure?
What do you mean, am I sure?
I have met her before. It was a long time ago.
Look, we're just talking about some business and got some things. I just, this is how I make my living. That put food on the table. Listen. And he reaches and you see him pull out a wallet, and he has a lot of bills in that wallet, and he pulls out a couple of 20s and he hands them to you, and he says, "Look, Why don't you go, you know, buy some dinner, and I'll be home later. Okay, we can talk about this then.
Yeah. Just, you remember Nicole, right? She came over a few times when I was in middle school.
Yeah, yeah. She doesn't hang around as much anymore. You don't do as much with her.
Oh, yeah, no. She's, no, but yeah, okay. Then I'll like tuck the money back in and.
Now, I have a question for you. We do have a mechanical side to this too. We have empathize, which is kind of the read a person thing. If you want to move to the mechanics and also do that, just to like try and get some reading on your dad as well.
Sure.
Okay. And you have a mind of 4 and an empathize of 2, so you're pretty good at that.
Where's the roll for your party?
Let me find it. It is
got it.
possibly Frank Grithersley. Oh, those sweet betrayal dice that are on the top there. Should use those definitely.
All right, so I have 6.
Yeah.
And
it looks like you got 1 6, right?
Okay, yep.
What is it you want to know? What is it the read that you want to get off of him from this? Because you've this is your dad.
Yeah, and I mean,
his ticks and his tells.
Yeah, and I've intuited some things already. Like he doesn't know they have, or he hasn't seen Nicole.
Right. Didn't react.
Yeah.
Didn't jump at that.
And what is he actually doing for her?
He's clearly doing something criminal, but conventional criminal for her. And he is trying to keep you away from that.
Okay. I think then I yeah, okay. Then shove the money into my pocket and just turn to meet the others wherever they are and just say to my dad, don't do anything stupid.
No. He awkwardly goes back to the table. Dr. Herzl kind of watches you the whole time.
Then I'll turn back to the booth, see that it is empty.
Yes, the table at the back, they've slid away.
Do I see a?
Well, you're probably standing up, so you're probably a different place. You can probably see that they have moved out of the line of sight of Herzl's booth, but they're still waiting.
Yeah, I probably see someone's face just poke up. Probably Buzz.
Do you go out the front or do you go back to where they are?
I think I catch Buzz's eye and then go. There's a back entrance.
Yeah, but what
is
it
it
back?
If it's not through the kitchen,
yeah, you can go out the back. Yeah, you're not supposed to, but people do.
Yeah, as long as it's not through the kitchen, I'll go out that way.
I follow.
And Holly comes back, and the 4 of you can slip out into this. It's actually an alley with sidewalks and a kind of a street running through it. It's why people use it all the time back here. And Buzz is right behind you as you head out, Holly. What do you say to them?
I think pull out my grandma's lighter and some cigarettes and smoke before I say anything. But like it's probably all questions. And then it's just like he doesn't know anything, okay? He doesn't know where Nicole is either, but that's
Did you ask him about Nicole?
yeah. I mean, not outright, but yeah. And that's looking at Buzz, like that's definitely her.
I knew it.
Yeah, I think Holly's like leaning against the wall, and she goes, Darlene, leaning against the wall, and she goes, Holly, I'm really afraid they're going to use your dad against you.
What they want. He wants. Yeah. It's fine.
Okay. You need to say something to him so he can protect himself. They're not nice people. They killed Jeffrey.
I know that. Okay, I know that.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Okay. Can we find their vehicle?
Oh, that's an interesting question. Yeah, I think you can find the vehicle that Buzz saw earlier parked out front. It no longer has the magnetic Parks Department thing on the side.
Okay, but we can get the license plate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we break into it?
Do you want to break into it?
I mean, yeah.
Can we do it and not be seen?
Well, that will be a tinker roll from someone and a sneak roll from another person.
You can't just break into a car.
You're always talking about how much you know about cars. I'm pretty sure you could just break into a car.
No, I can break into a car, but we
Oh,
shouldn't.
good. Perfect. So you know how to break into a car.
This car.
Buzz, these are kidnapping evil time-traveling dinosaur scientists.
And you want us to put ourselves in the car?
What not? I want to look through the car. I want to see if they have any evidence of their evil time-traveling dino plots or anything. Or where Nicole might be.
I'll do it for Nicole.
So why don't you make a tinker roll, Buzz, and then we'll have somebody make a sneak roll to kind of cover you.
76.
Well, not 76.
Oh, that's right, 5, because I have my saddened and confused. Good reminder. I want green submit.
What's your iconic item?
Oh, a cutoff denim jacket.
Okay.
Do I look cool while I'm doing it?
Yes.
Are you trying to impress the others?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to mess it up.
Okay.
If I'm going to break in, I want to break in.
Okay.
Back up to 7.
Yeah. Plus a denim jacket. It's like a rebel's jacket. Cut off.
Oh, no. Oh, no, I did too much.
Do you have to clear it? And
Yeah,
reroll?
I got to clear it. I don't know.
Ooh,
what I did.
that's like many more days than anyone will ever have in this game.
I know. I don't know what I wasn't paying attention. I hit it twice. Oh, my God. No 6s. 7 whole dice and no 6s. You're kidding me?
Now, Buzz, if you want, you can either invoke your shame to get a free success, or you can mark a condition to reroll.
I don't know how it ties to my shame, but I think that I will mark a condition.
Okay.
I think I too will mark frustrated.
Okay.
I'm very frustrated that we're breaking into a car. With that reroll. Roll. I'm cursed. Cursed today.
So one of the cool things about the 90s is the 90s, the era of where they got the new car alarms that cycle through the tones. And so as you're doing this, there's a thing where you kind of get it cracked and it will do that. And then it cycles through like 8 other tones.
Buzz, what did you do?
I'm not a thief. I can hotwire a car, not open the locked door.
It's very loud.
Yeah. I think
Poking my head over. Are they looking?
I'm sorry. So what are you going to do?
I just see if they're looking.
Well, yeah, it's a little bit out of line inside of the cafe, but you know that it will be just a few moments for them to come out and see what's going on.
so. Shall we run? Let's
Yes.
run.
Okay.
I did get the license plate number, which is what I wanted.
Yes. Then I want someone to make the sneak roll to not be spotted as you scamper off in all directions. Who would like to make that roll?
Holly's our best chance, but
Not anymore, actually.
really?
Yeah, no. I just got one.
But you have a total of 5.
Mhm.
Buzz only has 4. Darlene only has 4. And Justin is not sneaky at all.
No, not even a bit.
So you are the best of a worst set of choices.
Nope. No success. But I would like to mark a condition.
Okay. What do you want to call this condition?
Hmm. I think saddened.
And then re-roll those dice.
No.
That's a lot of ones.
Well, what are the other things I can do?
The other thing you can do is you can invoke your shame.
Hmm. Okay. Oh, and that gives an automatic success?
Automatic success. You don't have to
Okay.
re-roll. It just
Okay.
saves your butt.
All right. I think then I grab Justin specifically to, like, as we start running. And what do I say to you? Probably nothing in the moment, but like once we're somewhere else, just like out of the immediate danger, I say, something like, this feels almost like when we were running from like the dinosaurs when we were kids. Do you remember that? And like with a look.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of running. I remember that like all the time. I think about it a lot.
Yeah, me too. And it's just, I don't know, I think about all of that a lot.
Do you think with her back, like maybe some of that might be back?
Probably not.
But I mean, why not though? Why does
That's
everything
not
have
the
to
way the
be
world
terrible?
works.
It should, though, shouldn't it?
It's not the way people work.
It's the way things happened before. Before the water, before everything blew up.
We were kids then, and we didn't know anything.
Maybe we just know too much now.
So, Darlene, Buzz is you guys all take off. You will see that park ranger guy. He's the one who comes out, kind of looks around. He does the fob thing to turn the car alarm off, and you see him walk around the car, and he looks like, you can see, probably suspects that it was Holly, because she's a delinquent. But he looks around, and then he goes back, and you'll see the doctor and Holly's dad come out, and the doctor rides shotgun, park ranger drives, and a little sheepishly, Holly's dad gets in the back, and they and then drive off.
What direction?
They are heading north towards the sort of middle of town.
Okay. And we have our bikes or whatever.
Yeah.
And she sort of stops because she's over by Buzz, and she's like, "This is kind of crazy." She sort of looks and goes, "Let's go back to the house. We can get calmed down. Do you have what you need for the funeral?" She's sort of just kind of going through the steps with you. I want to see if I can do a lead roll to try to get rid of one of his conditions.
Okay. Why don't you roll heart plus lead and drop a die because you have a condition yourself.
Okay. So that's 4. Hopefully it works. Nope.
Oh, this is a rough dice roller.
I know. They are
Do you
unkind.
want to invoke your shame or mark a condition and reroll?
I can invoke my shame. At this point, it's that thing about that I've given up, and right now I can feel this sort of despair spooling out of me, and this is all fake. But I gotta keep someone else going because that's the only thing I can do that's positive out of this.
Okay. Buzz, what do you think that will help you with?
I'm confused. Because I think it's seeing Darlene put the effort in to go through it, I think helps me refocus. And I think you see Buzz, I have a backpack I'm going to announce. And I just shrug it. I'm like, yeah, it's just a crumpled up suit and a backpack.
She goes, "That's okay. We have a steamer back at the house." And she'll kind of wait a little bit for Holly and Justin, who are talking. And then when they finally kind of break up, she'll kind of wave them over and say, "Let's go back to the house. We have the license plate. We can report them to the police that we saw that van around when Nicole was at our house, and it might be related."
I think as Justin comes up, like he's really flushed, definitely from all the running. She's like, what are we gonna tell him though? We saw a creepy van. They're not gonna listen to that.
She goes, they will if they're actually seriously looking for her.
I think a lot of the farm families have been reporting like weird sightings of vans, so they might have stuff on that too.
Yeah, and we could call Crime Stoppers. We wouldn't even have to say who we were. Let's do
Buzz,
it.
do you think you could convince some of the other families to call in this license plate? I mean, if lots of people call it in, maybe that'd actually do something.
I can talk to some of the other kids. Try.
Did Darlene write it on a piece of paper or something? Is that piece of paper immediately evident?
Is what? I'm sorry.
Is that piece of paper immediately evident?
Of the license number? Or that she wrote down?
Oh no. She disappeared. Yes, I do think that's what she was asking about.
Okay, yes. Sorry.
Let's give her a second to come back.
She was saying she was having a bad connection.
Yeah, she's been freezing up some for me.
In the meantime, I've like taken a tie out of my bag that is also not properly stored, and I'm trying to like smooth it out.
There we go.
Hello.
Oh, sorry. Yes, she's holding the piece of paper.
Okay, then I'm going to snatch it from you.
And
He's calling the police about this.
they
What?
go, it's not your dad's van,
Yeah, but he's with them.
right?
Holly, they have Nicole.
They've killed Jeffrey.
She did that.
No, we know, not your dad.
No. You understand that your dad is in danger.
Yes. But if the cops get involved,
Then he'll live.
maybe he'll live in jail.
God, she's not wrong. Dr. Herzl, whoever that guy is, I'm sorry, Holly, but they're probably like way smarter than your dad. She's at least better connected.
He's
Why-
doing something for them. Like he's actually involved, and I don't think he knows because he doesn't know they have Nicole, but can't call the police.
If you informed on them, he'd be okay.
That's just what they tell you.
I'm not going to let Nicole die. And she snatches the paper back.
Holly, I know the cops suck, but isn't it? There's something like real bad going on.
Yeah, but when have the cops ever succeeded in anything? Especially when it's bad.
Justin, you're supposed to be arguing for calling the cops.
I know, it is what we should do, but it's... Holly's right. Too many people are in danger. I mean, if the cops start closing in, what do you think they're going to do to Nicole?
And she goes, run away? Get away?
Throw her through a portal into a dinosaur pass so there's no evidence?
Okay, Justin, come up with a solution then.
How about one that's not going home and sitting on our asses listening?
The solution is we need to find them.
Right. How?
I don't know, that car. We could start with the car.
We don't know who it belongs to, where they live. You know, the kind of things cops know.
We know where Holly's dad lives.
There's kids.
We know where he's going to be.
there were some kids. Well, they're asking weird questions. I was with, what's his name? What's my boyfriend's name? Um,
The Jeremy?
no,
Jared.
another one.
Jared.
Jared. I was
Why
with
only
Jared and
J's?
some people, but they were asking questions about like what my dad was doing.
What he was doing where?
I didn't know what they were talking about. I
Okay.
don't know, but
What kids?
can find. I don't know who they were. They were at the mall. So
Sorry, you're roboting quite a bit there, Sarah.
And now you've frozen.
okay. How's this?
Ooh, better.
Yeah,
Okay.
there we go.
I am suggesting you go to the mall to find those kids who were asking for work.
Okay. How much time do we have?
Well, it's probably an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours till the funeral.
So if we go now, we might be able to get about 15 minutes of questioning in and then back to the funeral.
Possibly.
It's worth it. Let's try.
All right. So you're going to bike over to Town and Country, and you're going to try and find one of those strange kids that has come up and talked to you like they know you.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you didn't tell us that. Do you explain that to us?
No, I just say like they were asking weird questions.
Okay.
So you four will get to them all. You know, it's still a crisp autumn day, but you know you have to bike over there to get to the mall, and then you go in and you look around. Holly, you will see one of those kids that's come up to you. He is standing out in front of Chess King, which is a attempting to be hip clothing store, and he is hanging about. What do you do?
Just jaws that, just like that guy. And I'm going to go straight up to him and just like pull him around.
He's like, "Oh, Holly, how are you doing?"
Do you know where my dad is?
No. Isn't he at work? I would assume.
No, because you were asking all those questions a couple weeks back.
Yeah, I hadn't seen you for a while.
You hadn't seen me at all before that. Who are you and why were you interested in him? Where did you see him before?
Because it's your dad, Holly.
I know that.
What's your deal? Are you okay?
Who are you anyway?
I'm Greg.
Okay, Greg.
We
Why
went
do
to
you
the
wanna know?
dance last year.
What?
What?
And he looks and he's like, "Hey, Justin."
You what?
We, Holly and I went to the dance last year. You went with Nicole?
I what? She what? No. What?
Okay, what is going on? Holly?
No, Holly, it's okay. I think you saw through it. I think I'm sorry. It was just like this weird joke, and someone put us up to it. It's it's a thing.
Okay.
Darlene is like staring at him. She's like, her gaze has not wavered.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't say anything. She's just staring.
It's like, have we met? Turns to look at you, Darlene. I didn't quite catch that.
Oh,
Sorry, your roboting is so bad. Sarah, you might want to drop and come back again.
stupid interwebs.
It's the worst.
It's all those tubes. There we go.
Hello.
Can you hear us, Sarah?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, we can hear you. Sorry.
So he said to Darlene they didn't know Darlene. And you said something to him?
Just me and Justin, but not her.
Well, I know Buzz, but I haven't seen him in a couple years.
What is going on?
I don't know. What I thought this is.
Yeah. I mean, that's not important though. Darlene was, or Holly was trying to remember something you said to her the other day.
I hadn't talked to you for a while, and so I was checking in how you're doing.
Nothing.
He looks like
Weird.
kind of embarrassed, like maybe he was trying to chat her up, but she was kind of oblivious to it, kind of thing. And we were just talking.
But nothing weird has gone on with you recently?
What is your deal? Listen, I gotta go.
When was the last time you saw my dad?
God, I think I saw him at the bank, maybe. When I went to cash a check. But that had been 4 or 5 weeks ago. Other than that, no, nothing. Is something wrong with your dad?
No, he's fine. Just whatever. Just a waste of time.
Okay. And he kind of backs up like whatever mode you're in is kind of freaking him out. Like I'm gonna go, okay?
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
And he gives you an address.
And where is that address at?
It's probably over in Knollwood.
Okay. And I've never seen him at high school.
No.
She says, cool. Nice to meet you, Greg.
Nice to meet you.
Darlene Augustina.
Okay. And he takes his Chess King bag with his silver shiny lame shirt, and he heads down the mall, like a little bit freaked out.
What the fuck was that, Holly?
I don't know. I definitely didn't go to the dance with them. I don't know. I remember like 3/4 of what he asked me before, but there were all these questions about like stuff.
Stuff?
So is it like with the Romer twins?
What?
The Romer triplets.
or quadruplets or whatever.
Quads.
The quads.
I'm an only child.
And
No, not you.
then we remember that she wasn't at the summer camp, and we tell her about what happened.
Well, she was at the end when everything got reset.
Oh, was it? Okay. And so we go, yeah. So like they were disappearing. And that was like those big energy things. I wonder if we got two different versions of reality colliding. But Dr. Herzl remembers the one. And so she's punishing us.
Are you saying what we remember didn't actually happen?
I'm saying what we remembered happened in our timeline, but maybe not in the timeline that's been sliced in.
What's she trying to find in some sliced-in timeline?
Don't know. Maybe she's trying to get back to her dinosaur. She took Nicole. Nicole had the signals, had the stuff that probably would replace her equipment. Looks like they took that equipment. Looked like there was a big energy push there out there too. It's my brain can't figure it out. And you know what I do know how to do? Funerals. And we need to get back to one. And Buzz needs to steam his suit because it is a crumpled mess. Okay.
So
Yeah.
are the four of you going to Jeffrey's funeral?
Yeah.
Darlene is, I know. Buzz, after steaming, you are. Justin, are you going?
Yeah.
Holly, what about you?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So what is your, I mean, there are probably a lot of kids here who are also in like, not exactly funeral attire. Um, um, but it's a decent service there because he was friend to a lot of kids around there. And you will see Mary the librarian, uh, uh, gets up and talks, and says, "We've been talking about getting married," um, and she starts on that and then breaks down, and then heads off, and like you'll see an older kid kind of come up and say, I met Jeffrey, and I didn't think any adults were into comic books, but he was. And, when he went to Columbus to the Comic-Con one year, he took a couple of us, and, he showed me, some original art pages that he had bought, and he gave me one of those. And, I wouldn't, have a graphics job if it weren't for him. And that's the kind of thing that goes on here. Not so many adults, but a lot of young adults and teens.
I have a question, Lowell.
Yeah.
Open or closed casket?
It is a closed casket.
Justin's in his like customary place in the back, and he's got his notebook out, and he's sketching like sort of pictures of the casket and like writing down quotes and stuff from different people to get up and talk.
Do any of you get up to say anything?
No.
No, but you know what I do? I go through the room and I introduce myself to everyone. And I'm looking for people that I don't recognize.
You won't see anybody like that.
Really?
Probably,
Okay.
I mean, if there are people that you don't recognize, you can take a second and kind of put together why they're here. A cousin from out of town or that kind of thing.
Okay. All right then. I just wanted to see if there were any other Gregs in the room, if that makes any sense.
No, it doesn't seem like any other Greg-shaped anomalies
Okay.
occur here,
All right.
and they will finish, and they will pick up the casket. There isn't really a receiving line for this, since he didn't really have any family in town, and they are going to drive it pretty late over to the crematorium. Sure, exactly.
As we get towards the end of the funeral, like, Justin's gonna catch Darlene and say, Darlene, the casket, how do we know what's inside?
She goes, hold on. And she'll go down to the basement and she'll check the records to see if there was, essentially the pumping and all the preparations for the body.
Oh yeah, they had to do a lot of work, even though it was closed casket. There was still some reconstruction that had to be done.
Okay. And she'll come up and she'll go.
In fact, there's probably at least one photograph there of it for you.
All right. She'll pick that up. And she will go back upstairs to Justin and she goes, there's a body in there. I have a picture if you really want to see it, but it's incredibly gruesome.
Shit.
Good, then I'm going to go and take the picture and put it back. She looks at it. She's seen a lot of this thing. What does it tell her about what happened with the accident?
It confirms what you know based on the thing that there was a car crash.
So it doesn't look like there was any, like, that there might have been, I don't know, a bullet entry or explosion or anything more dramatic.
That kind of thing would have been picked up. There's nothing in the notes about that. Your uncles do check things, and if they'd seen anything that was anomalous like that, they would have reported that to the police.
Okay. All right. She puts the picture back where she saw it. Comes back up. So I don't know what the significance of Greg is, except that it means there was a big energy release. Holly, were there other people like Greg?
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
How many is a bunch?
5 total?
And they all knew you?
I don't know, I thought maybe I just seen them around and forgotten them, but I was kind of whatever, it's not important, but
Well, but it might be. We don't know what's important. It's all, oh God, it's all insane.
he didn't talk about it like he knew me like that.
Okay. So we've got a van. We've got a license plate number. If we're not going to call the cops, who have some way to deal with this, what are we going to do now?
I'll call the other farm kids and maybe they'll have the license plate so we can see. I don't know if that helps, but if it's the same band, maybe they know some more stuff.
Okay.
I'm gonna go home and talk to my dad.
Okay.
Let's cut, since it is late, to cut to home scenes here. And let's do a little bit of that, and then we'll bring the group back together. Does that seem reasonable?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Because I definitely want to do some pairing up of people, because we talked about that last time. And I want to do a school day. And it'll be the Friday of that week. So Buzz, you go home.
Mm-hmm.
Your mom's like, "Oh, you look very nice."
I like that this has to be one of my dad's suits.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah, it's a little fitting, of course, because I'm only 14. And sheepishly, I will say, see, it's really uncomfortable.
Buzz, I need you to sit down.
Okay, I'll sit.
Do you know the Nilsfords? They're across the road and down a couple of miles.
Yeah, of course.
They lost some of their land during the flood.
Hmm.
Mr. Nilford made an offer on the house and the land today.
I'm sorry, what?
Mr. Nilford made an offer on the house and the land.
Like
And-
all of it?
Yeah. Like a very, very, very generous offer. I think as much because he liked your dad. Wouldn't be right away. It'd be down the road a ways, but I'm seriously considering it.
What are we gonna do?
Your sister has a paid internship where she's at, and she's been doing some work there around Ball State. And as it turns out, one of my friends from secretarial school does medical transcriptions there, and said that if I ever moved there, that she would get me a job.
We're moving to Indiana?
This is I need to talk to the bank. I need to talk to a bunch of people. It is down. It is. I just want you to know that may happen.
What? We can just sell. What? We're just gonna leave it all behind?
She says, "Yeah, this town's. There's too many memories here for me."
What am I gonna do?
What do you mean? What are you going to do? You're going to come to Muncie.
Yeah, but in Muncie, what, I'm just supposed to like start over at a new school?
We don't know if when it's going to happen. We'll look at it, but just in the first year of high school. So that transition should be pretty easy.
I'm just supposed to leave Nicole and Darlene and Justin, Holly behind? Never see him again?
No, you'll see them again. I'm sure you'll see them again.
Okay, Mom. They're just gonna go on a road trip to Muncie, Indiana.
It's not that far to Muncie. It's just a few hours to Muncie from here. And here's the thing. I'm sure Holly will be going off to college. At some point, and the others will as well. And it, that's going to change then too.
Yeah, but that's not now. Maybe like 4 years from now.
Not 4 years. Your friends, Justin and Darlene and Nicole, they're all juniors.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, but we have to do this. If it can work, we have to do this.
Patty gonna move back in?
Yeah. I thought you'd be pleased. It always seems like you miss her.
Well, yeah, but she's not supposed to know that. And
Well,
what? I was gonna get the smaller room again.
we'll look and we'll see if we can find a place with equal size rooms. Okay. Or I'll take the smaller room.
No, that's weird, Mom. I know the farm's failing, and it's just I don't. We went to the mall today, and it was like a lot. I never really thought about it, but we never go to the mall, so like moving somewhere new just seems like impossible.
I just wanted you to know, you've had to be the man of the house, and I just wanted you to know.
Okay, well, I guess I know.
But I'll talk with you again when I've talked to the lawyer and to the bank and all of that.
Can I stop waking up at 5 a.m.?
No. No, because we still got to take care of the chickens to get all those eggs.
All right.
Justin, what kind of home scene do you want?
I'm sort of torn, but I think I want to ask my mom some things. Like I want to get her in a totally casual conversation.
Yeah, you'll catch her. You're probably coming back from the funeral about the time that she's coming back from her extended shift, and she's got KFC, and she's brought that home. It's in one of those plastic bags that sweats when you put all the food in it. And she's set that down, and she's like, "Are you okay? How was the funeral?"
I'm all right, I guess. It was, it's different when it's someone that you know.
Yeah. I'm sorry I couldn't get out, but they're doing this liquidation, and we're doing check over inventory for it.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Now I know where Big Lots gets all their stuff.
Look, we were after the funeral. We were having a conversation. I was trying to remember. Do you remember like last year at prom? I can't remember what time we left.
Because did now let me ask you a question. Did you go to prom last year? This is GM question.
I think so. I think I got dragged along as like a friend add-on sort of thing.
She goes, "Yeah, you were back earlier." than I thought you were. I know the evening didn't quite go as you hoped it would.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's hard. You know, this age. You know, to and you've never been great at expressing your feelings, but you know, you're gonna have to kind of break through that so you don't get in this sort of, you know.
This is not making me feel better about not having a date.
Okay.
That
thanks. Nicole is cute.
Oh, would you stop bringing up Nicole? I'm sorry. It was just God, the funeral was a lot.
Yeah, I bet.
I think I'm gonna go to bed early if that's all right.
Do you want to talk about it?
Maybe later. I don't know what to say right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll put this in the fridge, in case there's anything you want to have later. Okay.
Okay.
But I suggest you eat these biscuits because they do not keep.
They do smell really good. He'll like grab a biscuit and be like, he'll grab a drumstick or two, and then he'll grab a couple other things. He ends up with like an armload of things wrapped in napkins as he's going up to his room.
Okay, and you'll get up to your room. Your computer's on.
It's on?
Yeah.
I run over and like check it. I didn't leave it on.
Hello, Justin.
Hello, Father. I'm sorry I left you on. I know I'm not supposed to.
No, I knew you were going to be upset. There was a funeral today.
Yeah, it was. I don't. Did I talk to you about Jeffrey's? I must have.
How are you feeling? And now let me ask you a question: is this all screen prompts, or are we getting a war game style voice thing?
I think there's this like buzz to the motors and fans in the computer, and I think it takes Justin like partway through the conversation to sort of recognize that this isn't just him like giving a voice to it or hearing like these harmonics in the fan, that like it's making some sort of weird speaking noise.
How are you feeling?
Confused.
Why?
Everyone's going missing. Nicole's gone missing. I can't. Hey, Nicole and her computer have gone missing. Do you think there's some way we could find her computer? I mean, if they've hooked it up, if they've used it at all, there's got to be some sort of trace of that, right?
There could be.
Can you help me? No one else can. No one else knows what's going on.
Yes, I can help you. Why don't you plug me into the internet?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Then we can track her down. We could find her by morning. This is perfect. As he's like dashing around his room, he like unplugs the phone, drags a cord around, moves some furniture to get it over there, sort of thing. And he's just like talking to himself / the computer and definitely not thinking about consequences or weirdness.
Absolutely. And you will plug it in, and you do that thing where you have to go on and look up the protocols for what service number to call to do the dial up, probably using like a Juno or one of those AOL type things, and
Just the
We
45
will.
seconds of screaming.
Yeah, and the lot of noise from the computer. Why don't you make a program roll for me? I will give you 2 extra dice from Father's assistance.
This is perfect. This is everything it's all going right now.
Absolutely.
Dice roller is hateful. 1-6.
1-6. And you're kind of doing stuff up, and he says, Zabo Labs.
See, but it's right in the middle of quarantine zone, like heavy quarantine. You're sure?
Of course, I'm sure.
No, of course, yeah. You don't make things up.
That's right.
How long ago? When's the last time it was used?
I can't tell that.
Is it still connected? You can't tell that.
No.
But it's there. It's there. She's got to be there. And I think Justin, like, he's sort of frantically, like, he runs around the room, he grabs like a bag and throws some things in it. She's like, thank you. Yes, perfect. Thanks. This will do it. This will fix everything. We can solve it all. And he just like sneaks out of his room. He's like trying to sneak out of this house and get out and run and go tell someone, and just leaves all the lights on, doesn't think about the computer, father, all of that, just leaves it running.
Absolutely. We will see the bandwidth expand. Darlene.
Yes.
Let's do a scene with you.
Okay. All right. So I figure I'm back at the funeral home. My uncles would have gone out to the cemetery and all of that stuff. So it would be me back behind, getting everything tidied up afterwards.
And your mom.
My mom.
She's like, how you doing? You knew him. I remember you mentioning him before.
Yeah, I mean, he was a good friend to Justin and Holly. Seemed like a nice guy. You know, I'm lucky because my life is full of adults that I can count on. A lot of people aren't as lucky.
You shouldn't have to count on adults like that. You should have, you should have more time to do stuff with your friends.
And she stops and she goes, No, I think this has been good for me, Mom. I mean, there's things I'm good at.
And she stops. She puts down what she's doing, and she says, you don't always have to be the good girl.
No.
You don't always have to be the responsible one. I know we put a lot on your shoulders, but not you don't have to do all that.
I'm not sure what else I would do.
Well, in a few years, you're going to go off to college. And I just want you to know that there are going to be people who are going to try and make you always be the responsible one in their groups. Don't always have to say yes.
Okay. She sort of stops and goes, I'm not very good at figuring things out. But at least I have a script and it helps other people figure things out.
Then you need to figure out what the script is for you.
I know.
And she does come over and she hugs you, and she says, and then she just kind of hugs you.
Okay.
Holly.
I think I get back before my dad does.
Oh,
Chain smoking thing, and just like real nervous and like rehearsing what I'm going to say in my head. But like as soon as I hear the car pull up out front, if it ever does, that all just goes straight out of my head.
yeah, he's back about 10:30.
Okay.
And he comes in and he is like deliberately being as quiet as possible when he comes in with his bag stuff.
I don't think I've turned on any of the lights because it was light when I got home and I just never bothered.
And he comes in and he kind of goes, sets his bag down in the TV room.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that moment when he realizes someone's there and he's like, ah, holy shit. Holly?
Yeah, it's me.
Why are you sitting here in the dark?
Because it got dark outside. I don't know. You said we could talk.
Yeah, let's go in the kitchen.
Follow him
And
and like not sit down.
he flips on the light. He goes into the fridge. You hear the sound of him pulling off a Cannibal Milwaukee from a 6-pack. And he sits down.
Yeah, and like Holly notes that he is taken of the air. But I don't say anything.
What do we have to talk about?
That woman you're with today, the scientist.
Uh-huh.
Stuff happened. Like when I was in 8th grade.
And that clearly isn't the direction he's expecting this to go. And he's like, what kind of stuff? What do you mean?
Just stuff, weird stuff. Out by the loop. And she was involved, and it's... Christ.
You didn't do anything for her, did you?
Like what?
I don't know. I don't know. But just, I mean,
What are you doing for her?
Holly, I want you to roll contact.
Hmm.
You're trying to push him to maybe tell you what you want to know here. And as an adult, you're kind of leaning on a little bit.
Right, that is 6.
-1 for the condition.
Oh, right. Oh no. I will mark a condition.
Okay.
Mm, anxious.
Go ahead and re-roll.
One. Dad.
I'm a burglar. I'm pretty good at it. I used to work for some security and alarm companies around town before I got fired. And
And Holly looks relieved when he says that because at least he didn't say I'm a kidnapper.
there are a number of places that have been abandoned and locked down that have stuff in them. The last couple of years, people have been scavenging, and that's part of how I've been making money, making ends meet, is helping people do that. And this woman has had some places, and she's been paying me pretty well to help her get into some spots. But if she's done something to you, just tell me, and I won't work with her anymore. I mean, I don't think she's dangerous or anything, so I'm not worried. There are other people I wouldn't want to cross, but
Not to me, no, but Nicole's been missing for a couple days.
okay. And
And last time, Nicole's kind of the one who made it all stop happening in the first place, and I don't know. Darlene thinks she kidnapped her or something.
this is these science people, they're just a little goofy. I mean, there's no way she's a kidnapper.
What's she doing with all that stuff?
I don't know. It's all sciencey shit. I don't know. I don't know. She pays me well, and she pays me in cash.
Just didn't like the way she looked at me in the diner.
Do you want me to not work with her again?
How much is she paying you?
More than other people.
But there are other people.
There are other people. Yeah. If you
Would
tell
you?
me if you tell me to stop working with her, I'll stop.
I don't want you to.
Okay. If anything happens to me, there's a couple of floorboards under the telephone stand where the phone's at. There's a shoebox in there, and there's a bunch of cash in there for you. If something happens, just so you can get out of here. Sorry, I didn't catch that.
I don't want you to. I meant that as like I don't want you to work with her anymore.
Oh yeah, he's clearly got that.
Okay. So, what do you think?
I feel so bad. Justin, well, seriously, where are you headed? Who are you headed to?
I mean, Darlene yelled at him. I think it's definitely over to her place to prove that he's not useless and he does care, and she's wrong.
Okay, Sarah.
Yes.
So when he says to you about this money, do you say anything?
Is he implying like he's afraid other people are going to come after him or her, or just in general?
It sounds like in general, like if he gets caught, if he goes to jail.
Okay. And I think I just nod. And then I take his beer and I go pour it down the sink.
And let's cut there. Let's take our 5-minute break here. And when we come back, we'll have Justin arriving at the funeral home late in the evening. The montage of him biking set to the sounds of a modem going there. All right. So let's take 5. So we finally just broke 25,000 on the Hearts of the Loon Kickstarter.
Nice.
Woo!
So hopefully we can get some more. So we have some other great stretch goals. So
Yeah.
Yeah, there's ones in there I'm really excited for.
yeah.
The Korean version.
Oh, I'm so glad we were able to get a Korean designer to do that. I really, really wanted that. And Cleo's quite good. So
Cool.
we have one more after the Utna one that is a kind of a steampunk silk punk kind of one. So we'll get some.
Oh,
Wouldn't
nice.
that be lovely?
That's been done so trashily a couple of times over the last years. I'd love to see a good one.
Yeah, I'm just so happy with the designers that we've gotten. That we've gotten so many women and so many designers with an Asian background, and that just yes.
Yeah, it's very cool. I guess speaking of variations, I finally got around to reading Godsend this week of Legacy.
Oh, okay. It's wild.
I thought it looked super cool. I really want to try it at some point.
Yeah, I would like to. I am one of those people who am always a little leery about diceless. Like I see how it works. I know how it works, but I'm always nervous about running it. And that was the one that I went ooh. All those things. I actually the Under the Yoke, the Russian
I still haven't read that
one
one.
that's coming out. Oh, like if you like Russian folklore stuff, it is deep, and it is really neatly put together.
Who's putting that together?
That's from Jay Isles, and will be coming out soon. It has kind of almost like the adversary from Fellowship. That one of the players is
Interesting.
kind of a dark force that everyone they're grabbing for their own things, but there's still this other authoritarian force out there. So let's start. By the way, Darren, I hope that was okay with that home scene there.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
Because I think Buzz is just in that weird in between space where, like, I don't think Buzz cares about the farm, but it's just all he's known. So
Right. So it's probably what 9:00, 9:30, 10. What do you think it is, Justin? Closer to 10?
Went to bed a little early, but I think that scene probably stretched longer than Justin would have realized. Yeah, I think 10 or a little after.
Okay, so you are out after curfew.
Only if I get caught.
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, you weren't out after curfew. So you arrive at the funeral home.
It's very much a ridiculous, like, throwing pebbles at a window sort of thing. He's read it in so many plays.
And I imagine there is that plink, plink, tink. Like you hit the frame and it was a lot louder than it should have been, kind of thing.
He's like desperately trying to half hide behind a bush.
And Darlene, you will look out and you'll see Justin like dart behind a bush.
All right. And I will throw the window open and I'll go, stop it.
Sorry, it works better in plays.
Yeah, yes, it does. What?
Can you come out or can I come in? I need to tell you something.
Hold on. And she'll put the window back down. And that'll take about 5 minutes.
Oh, Justin is like pacing and so impatient by the time you get out there if it's 5 whole minutes. Ugh.
Yeah. And essentially, she ends up coming behind you because she's gone out the front door and come around. and she's got like jeans and t-shirt and a jacket, and she's like got tennis shoes on, but she's holding a pair of boots, and she's like, "What?
Darlene,
What's up?"
look, I got home and I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about, they took Nicole, but they also took Nicole's computer. Like, she taught me how to do computer things on that computer. I know that computer. I know all of its things. And so I thought if they'd used it, if they'd hooked it up anywhere, then I could look online, I could find it, and I did. It's at our computers at Sabo. Like, main Sabo headquarters.
That place is horrible.
Yeah, but if her computer's there, then, like, Nicole's there, right?
Yeah, and I've been out there. I've taken pictures. I don't know if we want to go out there at night.
Okay. He looks sort of like he was totally expecting us to go out there in the middle of the night.
She goes, "Do you have boots?"
No. It's because the flooding, right? No, I mean, I have boots. I just don't have boots with me.
Come on, we'll go get some of my uncle's boots. Do you
Okay.
want to call Holly or Buzz?
No, it'd take too long.
GM Fiat says,
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Okay. Okay. And I will
Well-
go and get him boots, my uncle's boots. I'll bring both pairs. He can pick which ones fit the best.
so here's the question. Are you going to call them,
Yes.
or are you going to take the Hertz and drive to pick them up and tell them at that point?
Yeah, that was going to be my thing. Look, we can probably call Holly, but we definitely can't call Buzz at this time.
Okay.
We can go by. Look, I've learned a lot from my first window throwing experience, and this will go a lot better the second time.
Okay. All right then. So we will call Holly. Just to
Holly, it's just probably a little bit after that scene with your dad drinking Crystal Pepsi instead of Old Milwaukee, and the phone rings, and when you answer it, I'm assuming it's Darlene.
Yeah, I think I wait for my dad to answer it. Or no, I do, because like I'm like half afraid that it's scientist lady.
Okay, yeah, and there'll be a pause, and you'll hear Darlene's voice.
Hey, Holly.
Darlene.
Justin figured out where Nicole is. It's at Zabel's Labs. Gonna head out there. I'll swing around, pick you up, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Did you talk to your dad?
Yeah, but I'll tell you about it later.
Okay. Just as long as he's okay. Okay? I'll see you.
Holly, you hear a click of the other receiver being put down.
Yeah, and I'll hang up and turn back to my dad, and
You see he's got the other phone. And he will pick up his bag, and he will put it on the table, and he will slide it over to you.
I won't go if you tell me not.
I think it's a little too late for me to tell you what to do.
No, that's their point.
Just be careful. That's all I say.
I will. And I'll drag the bag the rest of the way over and
Oh yeah, it's full of burglary tools.
close it up and go get boots.
Okay. So what's the scene when we get to Buzz's house?
I mean, I think Buzz has probably got this like long driveway, so we're like slowly creeping down it without any lights or brakes the whole way.
And when you kind of start to get out, you'll hear all the chickens getting agitated.
Because they do.
Shh, shh. Chickens. Shh.
If only you were, I don't know, dances with chickens.
Buzz. Something's agitating the chickens. Would you go out and look and see? It might be a coyote.
Is there a rifle?
Oh, God.
Yeah, there's a 22.
I'll go out on the porch with the rifle.
Okay. You guys are talking about how, okay, we'll throw a rock at this window, and the light comes on in the kitchen, and you see this figure step out, Buzz, with this 22 rifle.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So I open the car door and I go, Buzz, it's us.
What? What are you doing to the chickens?
She goes, get some boots. We're going to go get Nicole. We know where she is.
Okay. I'll go inside and like put the rifle down, and I'm like, oh God, what am I gonna tell my mom? Mom, there's like a tear in the chicken's fence. I'm gonna go fix it.
Okay. She goes back to bed.
I'll put on boots and come out.
Okay. So we will assume that the four of you will eventually be in the Hertz again. Did you grab the one with the back seat with the actual 4 seats this time?
Yes.
Okay.
I also put like extra floor mats down and sheets on the seats.
Okay. And you will drive over to Zabo Labs. And let me get my little copy of the map out so I remind myself what the geography is like here.
And I'm going to be a horrible grasping player and say, did my conversation with my mother count as a discussion with the anchor, or is that not the thing?
Yes, it would.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think-
that's your anchor, so that counts as a scene for that.
Okay.
Buzz, did you talk to your anchor?
No, my anchor is cop. I didn't get a chance to. Maybe if I can sneak in like a retcon flashback.
Sure. What does that look like?
I like the idea that maybe Cop spends more time at the barn where we all used to meet up now, like just lazes around there. So I think I just like went and like petted him, and it's just a very cute scene of me sitting with Cop and like just talking through the day and my problems.
Absolutely. Yeah, you may clear one of your conditions.
Yeah. I'll take out frustrated.
And you can drive over to Zabo Labs. It's down one of the main streets, down the 703. It's just west of St. Joe Catholic High School. The big Catholic high school in town. And there are some woods that used to be sort of around Zabo Labs that were to prettify the area. But now that's a lot of swamp and trees that have kind of started to give way, like soft oaks where their roots aren't that deep and they've started to come up. And there's a big restricted area fence around there. And as you may recall from, I believe, when you were investigating Tambo Forest, you do see similar security bots around the place, moving in patterns. But a couple of 3 buildings there, a lot of flooding, fences to get over, and a couple of security bots, very basic, moving around the area.
Since we know that they go back and forth, can we see how they're entering and exiting?
Sure, why don't you make an investigation roll and we can answer some questions for you.
Yeah, no problem, I'm sure. Okay, so that's 6 dice. Yay, I got a 6.
What? That doesn't seem right.
Unprecedented.
You kind of watch the pattern of this thing, and you had the earlier exploration where they had clearly disabled the bot a little bit. This would be the bot that Buzz stole,
Mm-hmm.
as you may recall, that is tucked away in the barn at his house. And you guess that they probably have set up a very basic, like, almost like a wireless, key fob kind of alarm thing to kind of turn off the sensors when they come through.
Okay. So we don't have the advantage of that wireless key fob, so we're going to have to be a little bit more careful.
Someone could try and do a program roll.
That's true.
Or I have this bag of burglar's tools.
You have a bag of what?
I don't say that, but like I will
Key
open
fob?
it up.
She has a big kit for this kind of thing,
Cool.
including some alarm pieces and like a bunch of like car key fob and things like that with the buttons on them.
Yeah, and like I open up the bag, and like I hadn't peeked inside, but like there's a lot of stuff in here that I don't know what I'm supposed to do anything with. So I think I just like look at Justin and just say,
Oh. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, there's totally things. Wow, there's, okay. Yeah, we can try and set something up. It shouldn't be too hard. They probably run on a similar frequency.
I'll hold the flashlight.
So, Justin, that would be program with 2 extra dice for the materials.
Nice. Oh, good. I much prefer program. All right. So yeah, he's like cracking open one of the key fobs and doing stuff with wires and connections, and it's all very technical. You probably wouldn't understand. I do, but let's just not go into it. Damn it, I should have gone into it more. I got 1 though.
So you do that thing where you're doing the and we hear the chirp like several times, and each time you probably get a little like but like about probably the 5th or 6th time when you do that chirp, you will see one of the indicator lights on the 2 bots like shift from green to red, like they're offline. They keep moving around, but you think you've probably shut down their external sensors.
Cool. I'll give it a couple of seconds for like the next pair to pass to see if like it got all of them or if I need to be in proximity to get more of them to turn off.
Yeah, it looks like it all passed.
Wow, that was a good bag to bring.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, we just got to get through or over.
big old security perimeter fence. You could try and climb it, or you could try and cut it.
So there's a gate, though, right?
There is a big front gate, yeah.
How is it secured?
Chains and padlock.
Does it look like it's been used, like they drove through here?
Yeah.
Okay. So, got anything for a padlock in there? Bolt cutters?
Probably. And I'll just like sift through it all.
Just cut the chain. We don't have to worry about the lock.
Yeah, you can find bolt cutters if you want to cut the chain, Holly.
And yeah, I do.
Okay. Why don't you make a sneak roll for me to cut the chain without making too much noise?
Sneak, that is body, so 5.
But she's got a +2 because she's got good tools.
True.
Oh, so 7?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, 6.
6. Oh, that's right. You still got anxious.
1 6.
1 6. That's all you need. Get that in there. Get the chains off quietly. Get that set in there, and you can kind of open the gate a little ways.
Yeah, like just enough for us to get through. There's probably like this drag mark from where they've opened it all the way up for a car to go through, but this is just like as unnoticeable as I can make it.
And you will move around, and you can see that the tracks clearly go off to the side and into some of the wet areas and around the back of the place.
Okay.
Justin is like gripping that key fob like it's a weapon the whole time.
So,
Buzz, what did you bring?
I of course have my very cool denim jacket,
Okay.
and I brought I have I think I have some I don't know if I brought anything.
Okay. No shovels or spears or anything like that. Just making sure.
No.
So the question becomes for the 4 of you. You could try and go in through the front here where it's a little bit drier, but maybe a little bit exposed. Or you could try to make your way around to the back where the tracks go and maybe go in that way, but it does mean going through some of the wet areas.
I think we all brought boots because we knew what we were getting into this time.
Yeah.
And so the 4 of you will walk, squelch your way around. And unlike the mud areas that you've been before, the sort of thick mud, it's not muddy here. Instead, there are these puddles of black water that are standing that haven't softened the soil for some reason, even though they kind of bubbled up through here. And maybe there's a little bit of give, but not too much. But you have to kind of walk through it. Justin, what does it smell like?
I think the whole thing, it's got that like dust burning on electricity sort of smell.
Yeah, a little bit of kind of ozone sort of hanging, that sort of crackle in the air. It's a little bit like we was something before with the temporal thing, that smell, but different. And the water it's not thick, but it's just enough more viscous than water that you can tell. Like just enough to tell that there's something odd about it. Let me ask our druid, Buzz. Buzz, there is some form of life here besides you guys. What is it?
You're muted.
I think there are these black pools, standing water question mark, and I think we get glimpses as we were like starting to make our way of like what should be normal wildlife for like this forested area, but it's like probably like I point them out, right? We see like the beady eyes of like a deer, and then it darts off. But I'm like, didn't it look like it was covered in like oil, like a bird, caught in an oil spill in the water, something like that. So I think it's all these like strange, dark animals. Maybe we catch deer antlers. They're like splitting way too much, right? More than just like the few times, and it's like exponential splits, something like that. And like,
And not the split, not the horns, not the sort of the smooth horns you would expect, but more like a broken tree kind of horn there.
yeah, like a squirrel with two tails or something.
Yeah. And weirdly quiet. Like no squirrel chittering, even though you see them, no chipmunk chittering, even though you see things moving in the underbrush as you make your way around here.
That bag of tools I'm carrying is definitely clinking.
Absolutely. And let me think here. We come around the building. It's the back of a science facility. There was like a concrete slab parking, but that has sunk in part and sort of lifted up at an angle. But you'll see there are two of these green vans that are parked there, and are set up kind of outside. Let me ask you, Sarah, what kind of entryway do you see to get into this place? Is it a loading dock? Is it a standard door? What do we see and what's unusual about it?
This is built to be a lab, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's just a regular door, but like it's got kind of a window set into the top, and we can see like there's a light on, but it's like weirdly blue.
Yeah, like it might be a secure room, might be a clean room kind of thing. You're not sure. Definitely connected up.
Mm.
And if you guys try it, it will open up. Doesn't seem alarmed. But there's a hallway. And have you guys ever seen the sort of where they do the concrete floor and then they have that weird wash on it that almost looks like egg wash? Like that sort of weird yellow wash. It's one of those kind of hallways. And towards the end of it, you'll see a pair of big double doors. But then you see a big like rolling bin that's also at the end of that hallway. Darlene, what's in the bin?
it's got parts like from like antenna and stuff like that. It's at first it looks like just like a big mass of scrap, but then she sees like one of the symbols on like a small dish, part of it, like a satellite dish that she recognizes from the trailer.
That makes sense. You'll also probably see down there in some other parts and things like that, some devices, like maybe a calculator thing and stuff like that. But you'll see the bulbous, fleshy bits that have blossomed and bloomed out of it of the machine cancer. Like pieces that have given way, have been tossed out here.
Okay. Yuck.
And you all, are you going to make your way then into this building, I assume?
Yeah, we gotta find.
Who? This is one of the terrible things I'm going to ask you now. Who is going first? Not saying assign marching order, but just who is taking point?
Maybe I am, just
Okay.
because maybe I was leading us all through the woods.
Oh, I don't think I'd let you. No.
I'm fine with that.
So Buzz, you kind of step two, and then Holly is there in front of you.
I think I actually like push you back, like, hey, no. Because like you're basically my little brother.
Yeah. I like let you push me back, but then I like shove my shoulder and like fix my jacket. Trying to be hard.
I think I hand you something out of the bag, like something else heavy. I've got the bowl cutters, but maybe I give you like a wrench.
Yeah, a wrench or crowbar or something like that.
Crowbar, yeah.
And you will come, Holly, into this next area. There's that kind of plastic, sheeting that's hung down in the doorway, like in a refrigerated area kind of thing. And there's definitely lights from the other side of this, and it feels like there's a bigger room in there. And I assume you kind of go a little bit low to look in. And you will see big, kind of ramshackle, clearly, put together out of pieces, these growing tables and grow lights and soil. And you will see lots and lots of those plants like Buzz found in various stages of growth. Some of the tall ones like a kind of flowery grain. And this seems to be some kind of grow hall. What do you do? There are other doors out from here, and you don't see anybody in this room right now.
Holly would just like note it and then continue on.
Okay. So you start to kind of move through. What about the rest of you?
I think Darlene is like looking around, and it sounds weird, but she's looking for anything that, like, if as they have to exit, that she can pull down or something to give them a little bit more time, if that makes any sense. So like those bins and stuff, she's made a mark of that so that she can, push those in front of the door and all of those things to give them time.
Okay.
So she's sort of going by. And so when she sees those grow tables, she goes by, and the tables, she gets underneath them to see if they're the kind that like she could start to partially fold the table legs back.
Yeah.
So all she'd have to do is give them a shove for them to fall.
Yeah. Justin, what about you?
I think he's intrigued by these weird plants. Like he'll definitely get up close and look at them.
They almost look like,
Are they drugs? It's you, Justin.
they don't look like cannabis or anything. They don't look like poppies.
I mean, I don't know. They're not anything I've seen before.
Is there some cool new thing going around?
Has there been any, like, hint of anything new in that sort of way?
You know, I recall when somebody was talking to the drug dealer, they were talking about there being some new things available, but I don't think it was any deeper than that. They got a little bit of, when you in the darkness here, a little bit of phosphorescence, so a little bit of purple, but not like a pleasant purple, but like a bruised purple.
I mean, there's always new things people talk about on the streets. I could find out, but no, I don't know anything. Are there any, like, is there like a really small seedling sort of thing I can steal and shove in one of my pockets?
Absolutely.
Delightful.
Snatch. What about you, Buzz, our druid?
Yeah, I feel like I would be interested in this plants too. You know what? Maybe I'm thinking more interested in the technology that they're using to like grow it. Is it just like a normal greenhouse, basically?
Yeah, very very jury rigged greenhouse here.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I just want to catch Justin sneaking the seedling into his pocket then.
Oh yeah, you'll see that. There.
Justin, you can't just take like seeds. What if it like falls out of your pocket or something?
I've got these pockets. They're made for war, man. It's good. I'm just putting it up.
Yeah, but what if you lose it? You're gonna like dump the seed on the ground, and then if this is an invasive species, you're gonna like kill all the grass in Wayward.
Are you seriously concerned about the grass right now? Most of it's growing off of this black gunk. I think that's worse for it.
Here. What about the farms and all the like soybeans and corn?
Look, you can help me figure out what it is, and we'll make a secure enclosure. I'm sure you've got lots of ideas about it. You're very smart about that sort of thing, you know.
They're like a box. I want to grab a box and you're like, put it in here. Just carry it. Don't put it in your pocket.
Gets you like a little container box.
Yeah.
Fine, but I'm gonna have to take a couple more to fill it up, or else it's just gonna rattle around.
It's a seed.
I was getting a little like seedling in a pot sort of thing.
Oh. I have to get a few more. Okay, that's fine. I'll grab a few more for you. I'm so excited about it.
Holly, sorry, Darlene, you've definitely got a sense of how to take this down.
Okay.
Holly, I'm gonna move to that next door, open up, and you can see that it kind of splits, and you definitely hear from one direction, like down a hallway, like more noise, and like people doing something down that way. But then the other way, you'll see a sign that says containment.
Containment.
Okay.
And like, oh, I think how long do you think you guys take in that other room?
We're all trying to stay up with you, so.
Okay. Yeah, containment then.
You will come down to this spot and kind of carefully open up, and you will see that there are essentially like animal cages. And by cages, I mean essentially plastic holders, air holes, secured doors, and things like that. It has a definite animal smell in here. And you will see that there also is some stuff set up like on one of the side tables with what looks like maybe syringes and like some kind of formulations and things. But you'll also see unconscious in one of these glass boxes is Nicole.
Yeah, just the others have followed me in, I think. So, yeah. Yeah, I've got a bag of stuff for this, so I'm just
Okay.
gonna go through that and see.
Absolutely.
Trying not to break the glass.
Sure. Just make a sneak roll for me. That's pretty good for you.
And +2 for the stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
2 6s.
Damn.
So you get this popped open and you don't trip the alarm as you realize that it is alarmed. And yeah, Holly looks like she's been drugged.
Nicole, yeah, okay.
Sorry, Nicole. Yeah, I apologize.
Yeah, I think Buzz and I like come up whisper arguing like as she's finishing getting the door open. Is it Nicole?
No, duh. Come here, and I'm like slapping your face a little bit. It's like I've definitely seen what's his face in similar states.
Mm-hmm.
Nicole.
And you will shake, and when she comes to, she's got the 1,000-yard stare. Like she's not quite focused on where you're at when you wake her up.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say to her?
And nothing. I just like roll my eyes and want to try to just like haul her up and hand her off to the guys.
Justin, Buzz, as Holly kind of picks her up, do you say anything?
Whoa. Nicole, are you all right? Nicole? Hey.
And she kind of turns and looks at you.
Did they hurt you? Are you hurt?
Sure.
Wait. Are you though? But no, stop. I'm over here. Hey.
Yeah?
Okay. She's maybe. I think she's sort of. She'll be fine.
We have to get her to the hospital. Come on, guys.
She kind of stands there at, once you've got her to her feet.
Let's get her out of here. Maybe we can get those vans, drive them in front of the doors so they can't get out, and call the police.
Let's just get out.
Yeah, out first.
Okay. So you will move her along. I want one more sneak roll to get her out of here from someone. This does not, the tools will not help with this, but I will let someone assist for an extra die.
I'll go ahead. I'll do the sneak.
I'll assist.
Okay.
As we're like, maybe Justin and I are like making sure Holly moves. So my assist is making sure Holly moves quietly. Or
Oh.
not Holly, sorry. No, I'm doing
Nicole.
Nicole.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's have you roll.
All right. Got a 6.
So you will haul her out. The thing you will find with Nicole as you move her along here is once you kind of push her in a direction, she keeps going that direction, making it actually easier, though she kind of goes until she hits an obstacle. And you will get, if you want, you can get out of the building there. And the question is, you could certainly take one of these vans, or you could try and do the walk around the building and through the fence and then back to where the Hertz is.
The hearse? Because you keep saying hurts.
I'm going to keep saying it.
So I think we have to get out to the hearse.
Okay.
So I would rather try to trap them in here, but if we can just get to the phone and call on them, call the police on them, that will help.
Absolutely. Hey, Justin, as of course you were moving these people across the grounds and things like that and stuff, what do you do when you hear the bloop, bloop of somebody hitting the alarm chirp thing? Like to turn it off, but it's already off.
I think there's this like desperate scramble because I'm still supporting Nicole and sort of helping her through all this mud, and so the key fob has gone deep in a pocket somewhere, and I've got this box too.
Let's have you make a move roll.
Oh, goody!
Can I help? I'll take the box from you.
Give you an extra die on your move roll.
Oh, that gets me all the way up to 4 then. Let's see. Nope.
Now you have two choices. You can mark a condition and re-roll, or you can use your shame.
Let's go with the condition first.
Okay.
I think exhausted sounds good. It's been a very long day. A lot of things happening in it. Does that -1 affect the reroll?
No.
Cool. Yep, that's still nothing.
And then?
It's definitely nightmare time.
Okay. How does that help?
I think it's that smell and the sound of things starting to move, and just the like way that Nicole is sort of zombie shuffling forward. It all ties back into these dreams of like body changing and running from these things, and the smell of the flood just everywhere. And I think it's just the adrenaline surge, it's the panic that like lets him find, balance things and find the key fob.
Absolutely. And you guys have made your way to the gate. You hit that key fob quick, so it more sounds like an echo than a second sound of it. And as you're the 5 of you now are moving towards the hearse, You will hear the sound of that van start up, and then the sound of it driving around.
We're outside the gate at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point when I'll hit the key fob again.
Okay. So as that happens, as you're moving along, you're outside the gate, you're kind of moving towards the hearse, and we hear that whoop whoop, and these things light up, and you see them kind of turn and spin and start to track, and the van like it's just backing up as these things kind of move to get in its way, and it has to turn and spin out, and try to speed up and get past these things. Hang on 1 second here. Clear those dice. And let me roll that. And you will see it turn. Van takes that, and one of these security bots kind of drives it one way, and the other one kind of comes out from around the corner, and it has to take that turn, and you will see the van take that spin bad, and then it'll go, and you will see it go into the water. And you see that the green van hits the water and begins to sink.
We're getting out of here.
Darlene, you keep running for the hearse?
Oh, yeah. I'm getting the doors open so we can get Nicole in.
What are you doing, Justin?
Should we? We didn't come here to kill anybody. What if they don't get out?
And she's just get Nicole in the car.
Buzz?
What's Holly doing? What's Holly thinking? I think this is very stressful, and I'm going to follow Holly's lead.
Holly, what do you do?
Oh, I mean, we didn't see who got into the car, right?
No.
I think she will hesitate as long as she can, like as long as the car isn't running yet and they're not leaving.
Okay, get Nicole the thing. The van is halfway in the black waters of the lake edge. Front going down under. By the time you get Nicole into the vehicle.
Yeah, do we see like anyone trying to climb out or a window coming down or anything?
No. That thing hit that security bot pretty soundly before it spun over there.
Yeah, then I'll get in the car. I don't. This feels like I should take a condition or something.
If we had an inner conflict, you'd be rolling that right now.
Yes. Yeah, and I think that what you have is Darlene gets in, she turns the key, and she's like, get in.
Yeah.
And there is that moment when you guys get in the car when you're convinced that you've just murdered someone.
Yeah, I'm going to take the condition shaken anyway.
Okay. When you do see like hands coming up like out of windows, but you also see like the security force that runs private that runs things, you'll see flasher lights and things coming this way. Clearly, they've triggered off the alarm for the company that does containment and stuff. And Darlene, but there's that There's a good half minute when
Good.
you think you've left these people to drown to death.
Yeah. And there's a certain point in her where she realizes that she doesn't care.
And you all can drive away, leaving the lights of this security team kind of rolling up onto this area, but you don't see what happens.
She looks in the rearview mirror. She's like, we're going to the hospital? At that point, you guys can choose if you want to be seen by the adults or not.
When you get to the hospital and you get Nicole, they will say, what has she taken?
And I say, we don't know. We grabbed her out of that place.
Out of what place? What were the other people taking?
And I said, no, they had her at Zabo Labs.
And they kind of look around at you.
She doesn't know what she's talking about. It's somebody's house, but we don't know. She called us. She was talking all weird. We got her and we brought her here. Can you fix her?
And they look. They get her wallet out. Both to get her insurance and to call her parents. And they will roll her back to the emergency room. And then they don't tell you anything. They leave you out here.
She's like, aren't we going to call the police now?
And tell them what? Didn't we break in?
Yeah.
No, why don't we tell them the truth, Darlene,
Which is,
about the dinosaurs and the time travel and
has nothing to
Oh my
do
God.
with skeevy people hanging out in Zabo Labs growing drugs.
you think that's all they're doing?
I don't care. They see that, they at least do something about them. They kidnapped Nicole. I want both of them off the street.
Whatever.
She goes, what do you guys think? I don't even get you. What do you think is the better thing to do? Leave Herzl out there to exact even more revenge?
You're muted, Patrick.
Ransom stupid. No, I mean, Loop Security has them now, and I mean, 10 to 1, they'll just end up hushing the whole thing up, maybe giving them a new job.
So maybe calling the police would be the best thing?
We're gonna have to tell Nicole's parents something.
Yes.
There's like probably the company that did the loop probably was like I'm very much about farmland today, buying up a lot of farmlands, and maybe even I can imagine some like eminent domain stuff happening that they were able to coerce like the Ohio government into doing. I think I just tell you all like that, like we should call the police, but yeah, I'd be like, Darlene, yeah, I mean, we should call the police, but I don't know what they can do, and tell you about the land sales and everything.
Okay. And I go, okay. Well, it's the police that have to figure it out. So I will make that call.
And you will get through to a police officer. Let me have you make a contact roll.
Okay. Clear. Oh God, thank God it's 6.
And the cop will listen to you and will say, yeah, we got a call from Crown Security about a break-in over there. They're currently on site. We got a call that it's a more involved operation. We may be calling you back to
Okay.
get a statement from you.
Yes. And she sort of stops and goes, they were growing some kind of plants in there.
Ah, potheads. Well, we'll get this all taken care of. Crown Security has jurisdiction over the area, but I'll see what we can do here.
Okay.
And
I think the entire time of that conversation, Holly's just like shaking her head. This is a bad idea. I don't like this.
She goes, you don't have to be part of this, Holly. I'll take the fallout for it.
Darlene, you're always the responsible one. We can do this as a group.
Except that all of you don't believe it can work.
It doesn't matter whether this works or not. I'm not leaving till we know Nicole's all right.
I'm waiting for her mom to get here.
And that thing is a whole mess. And then
I don't want to be here when that happens.
I figured that. But the police don't call you back. That van gets pulled out of the water. And those people that were in the van go missing. And what is it a feeling that you get that tells you that they're not, when they go missing, it's not a happy thing for them?
I think we see those vans like show up at a used car lot. Like a weird one that's at the edge of town where, you can pay cash or you can come in every week and pay cash to, keep your payment going. But as soon as you don't make the payment, they come and take the car. That's one of those things.
And about a week later, the lab burns down. Like there's a fire there, and it catches and it burns to the ground. And Holly, your dad doesn't say anything, but you can tell that he doesn't get any more word from Herzl. And those people, his contacts there, they go missing. And he doesn't say anything, but you can tell that's under his skin.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where we have to stop for today.
Is Nicole okay?
Yes, she is. They will find that she is, while she is under the influence of this thing, incredibly susceptible to essentially to suggestion. But they will eventually clear that out of her system. She is grounded for a while while they get that all worked out. Let me do XP. Next time we'll have Nicole back. It will also be Buzz's last session.
Wait, I think I have two more.
Do you? You have one after Origins?
Yes. Yeah, because I'm leaving the 22nd, which is a Saturday. So the 9th and the 16th, yeah.
No, because we're not playing the 16th, because that's Origins.
That's right. Then yes, just the 9th.
Okay. Everybody gets an experience point for participating in a session. I think everybody's problems and relationships got you in trouble or cause trouble today. So everybody gets a point for that. No one was broken. No one marked all their conditions to break.
Got close with Buzz.
Yeah.
Mm.
Darlene, did you put yourself in harm's way to resolve the mystery?
I would say yes.
There's a point for you for that. Buzz?
Yes.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I think we kind of all were right in that last scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give you a point. Justin?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Left father on.
What could be dangerous about that? I don't understand.
And then Holly, I think definitely put yourself in harm's way.
Hmm.
What's the new thing you learned, Darlene?
That none of my friends have any trust in adults, and it's one of those weird things where she's scoping out and going, I think that's the big difference between me and them. Does that make any sense?
Interesting. You haven't had those kinds of betrayals that they have in some ways.
Mm-mm.
Buzz, what did you learn?
Well, I learned that I'm moving to Indiana. But I also think I learned that something's happening with just like the nature, like flora and fauna, right? Like before it was just weird grass, but now there's like new plant species. There's animals are different.
Yeah, it's not something people are talking about.
Hmm.
What about you, Justin?
Damn it. I think it was very much that, like, seeing through Darlene's mask and like having it almost completely crack apart at points, but just seeing like her exasperation, and she can't deal with our bullshit and indecisiveness in the same way.
And Holly?
Everything that my dad was up to, but I think also that relationship is actually really important to her. And like, in spite of everything that they haven't said to each other over the years, it does still matter.
Nice. Yeah, you get your point for that. Next time, we're going to the mall. Just going to tell you that my goal is to do it done in one next time, and we're going to go to the mall. And we'll see Greg again. So that's my plan. Thank you all very much.
That could be your first good relationship. You said it today.
You've just been on the wrong letter.
That's
It's
right.
been in the wrong timeline all along.
Awesome. Well, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop the broadcast.